Women don't want to date us anymore. I'll tell you why. This is from the National Library of Medicine, a study released in 2025. Research indicates that highly educated, high earning women are increasingly navigating a challenging dating landscape, with some opting out of the traditional relationships because they struggle to find partners who match their intellectual, financial, and emotional standards. This phenomenon is driven by a combination of rising female education, the marriage gap, a shortage of similarly educated men, and a preference for partners with equal or high earning potential. Key findings regarding this trend include a shrinking dating pool, marrying down versus opting out, the three E's: constraint, eligible, educated, and equal, high standards and independence, impact on mental health, and financial disparity. If you're a man, there's potential that you may not be able to find the partner that you want because they are superseding a majority of the standards you may have by a long shot. When I made the statement, men struggle dating women because they're supposed to be dating men, I really brought a highlight to the simple fact that you would be more compatible with a man, realistically, right? If we're thinking about education, where you financially stand, where you economically stand, when it comes to you being a literate person who's capable of articulating yourself. Not to say that, you would have to be in a same-sex relationship, but compatibility wise, you would have a higher chance of falling into a much more stable, much more positive relationship with a man than you would with women. I believe this is an additional reason as to why we as men are so incredibly homosocial, because in all actuality, based off the parameters that we live within, the conditioning that we experience, how we sit under the thumb of patriarchy, and how we as men align with an additional denomination and consensus that most doctors agreed upon and most individuals within these studies or who have conducted these studies have agreed upon, is that we collectively are not as educated as other people. It's a lot easier for us to associate with people who are like-minded. This is why group theory is something that continuously happens. This is why men can be spread propaganda and misinformation, or can be fed propaganda and misinformation much more than women can, because in all actuality, we're just not reading. From the outside perspective, if I was a woman who is, interested in dating men, but I was that educated and I was that emotionally articulate, I was able to emotionally articulate myself and was expressive and a literate person who read consistently. On average, women read about 7 to 12 books a year. For the year they released that for, I believe it was 2022 or 2023. I have to fact check. But women are starting to read books more, right? Where it was showing that